Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to the show. People, how are you all doing? Welcome, everyone, one and all. Weekend's triple treat. And we're here to serve up, indeed, a treat. So, welcome to everyone, every single person who continues to support the show. Enough respect. Big up on yourself. Yeah? And continue to do what you do. So if you're new over here, people, please remember to subscribe to the channel. Hit that notification bell so when we drop these videos, you will be aware of what is happening. Yeah? Big up to the persons on Facebook. Thanks very much for tuning in. Really, really appreciate that. And we tell you thanks for tuning in. So another weekend, people, we give thanks for that. We are here. And we hope to have a good one. So, as you can see in the title, JFF and the Reggae Girlz technical team contract talk ended, right? So, things seem to have, been sorted out. So, we have to show a lot of respect to the team on sorting out that. You know what I mean? All right. So we'll be looking into it at the moment. All right. Yeah, man. We'll be looking into it at the moment. So, how are we? How was the week? How was the week? How was the week? Big up on yourself, you know? So, big up to Brain Drain, Erudite in the building. Big up yourself, Brain Drain. We'll be getting into that Brain Drain. Capo, big up yourself, Fresh. Yeah, man. Big up yourself. Hot Chili. Yeah, man. Mr. Man, they get him contract and sort out, you know? So we just want to update you on that. And of course, people, EPL prediction show or preview, Balakar, big up yourself. So you know we'll be talking about it. Some interesting games coming up over the weekend. And we certainly have to delve into that. So we'll be having a little discussion where that one is concerned. So people, hold on, let me see if we can deal with the maths right and proper. Yeah, man. So real deal for Mr. Donaldson. So finally the contract talks, they have been sorted out. So it's a good look. Good look. Don't. Good look for the Reggae Girlz. Good look for Coach Donaldson as well. All right. Baller car, what going? Everything all right? Everything all right, baller car. All right, this is the info. Listen, after the Cameroon friendly, I want to go on my screen. The screen black. There's a black code on the screen. Black out. Let me see if we can try that again. All right, there it is. All right, there it is, my people. So for immediate release, right, the Jamaica Football Federation is proud to advise that it has concluded negotiations with the technical staff of the senior women's national team in respect of contracts for 1 year having been signed by all staff. So they basically signed a 1 year contract, people. 1 year contract was signed. Now, the period takes into consideration the FIFA women's World Cup, which will be happening next July, and the Olympic qualifiers next September, and runs from September 2022 to September 30, 2023. So that's the 1 year contract. So we're in what, October now? So they signed, look like it's signed from September, and they just decided to give us a press release there. All right. The JFF sincerely thanks all members of the staff who were cooperative and understanding in the process, as well as we intend as far as possible to strengthen our relations with players, technical, and all support staff across all teams. In short order, the JFF will be looking to address support staff as the Federation values all stakeholders as we move into a new and improved era. Other areas will be attended to also, including support systems and equipment that will enhance overall performance. These agreements, coupled with the preparations for the senior women's national team to participate in the aforementioned tournaments, including participating in the staging international friendlies such as those already with South Korea and coming up with Paraguay, are undoubtedly the largest investments the Federation has ever undertaken in women's football. So it's a big deal, big deal, big deal. As the Federation continues to struggle financially, we invite the public and the private sectors to partner with us as we push to improve the level of football generally and women's football in particular. Interesting. So support has been sought again from the stakeholder, the fans. What are your thoughts? So the finalists, made that contract. I mean, no details of the amount. You know what I mean? Big up yourself, Mark. Big up yourself. Everything good, Mark, a long time, you know. So that is the situation with the team here. And certainly the people they are basically happy with what transpired. And definitely, you know what I mean? They look forward to what will happen going forward. So Coach Donaldson said despite the 3 months wait, it did not mean that there were problems. You know what I mean? So he's saying that not because we had a 3 months situation, that simply means they had problems in the negotiation. All right. So he basically was clarifying that, you know, that this situation was much talked about. Apparently, it was an indication that there might be some issues. However, it proved otherwise. All right. So, despite having to wait 3 months for contracts with the JFF to be finalized, Reggae Girlz coach Lauren Donaldson said there were no headaches over the process. So, contrary to what we heard, that there are issues, that there are problems where the negotiation is concerned, Coach Donaldson is saying that there wasn't any headache re this negotiation, right? And basically he's pleased. So he was appointed as Vin Blaine's replacement after the latter resigned in June following the fallout with players. However, after securing the girls' second successive FIFA World Cup qualification in Mexico in July, the federation assured that it would finalize the coach's contract in short order. That short order took like almost a quarter. Right? Now, although it took about 3 months for the federation and Donaldson-led coaching staff to put pen to paper, he insists there were no hang-ups between the parties over the course of the discussion. So, subsequent to the negotiation issue that we heard that was happening, from our understanding and what they're saying now is that there were no hiccups, no hang-ups where the negotiation is concerned. Actually, say I'm guessing he didn't want to live in Miami with his family. He went on to say, we all went about our business professionally. I don't think anybody sat there and was worried about it. So that's a good indication. Very good indication. Now, the president was upfront that it was going to be done. Obviously, it took a little bit longer than we actually thought it would. But no one sat there and got any headaches over it. We just tried to deal with key issues and move forward. So apparently there might have been issues, you know. If you listen to what he's saying. I'm happy for the coaches and the players. Now that this is done, we can now move on with football and concentrate a little bit more on dealing with the football side of things so we can get the team ready for the World Cup. Donaldson told the reporter. So basically, from what I'm understanding from this, you know, Donaldson is pleased. The team is pleased with the contract details. Nobody had any hard feelings. Nobody had any headaches. So moving forward, based on what he's saying, there can't be any report on negotiation issues or money woes because they seem to have been satisfied with the contractual agreement, and they are now going to concentrate on football. So they have a World Cup to go and compete in. So it's a good look for the girls. The contracts will run from September 2022, as was stated before, taking into consideration. All right. He also thinks the stability will be encouraging for the members of his staff. You hear that, people? As well as his players, although he admitted that the negotiations were at times a minor distraction for the team. So having to be in competition and still having negotiation, the coach deemed it as something that was very distracting for the team. And going forward, I'm hoping that nothing like this will occur again, so that persons will be distracted. You know what I mean? He said that I'm just one person and it has to be a staff that get this done. I cannot do this by myself. And if you work with good people and you can retain them, you try to do that and keep them, because it's a staff effort. This was not a discussion we had with the players, but I think the players all along have bought into what was going on. All right. They knew what was going on, and I didn't think, or I don't think they were actually worried about it. They were focused, and it didn't stop them from being focused. That's important. All right. Although sometimes, because of all the questions that come with it, it became an unnecessary distraction that we did not want. So it is good for it to be over, get it over with, so that we can have to think about it anymore. Right? So that is the situation where they are concerned, and it's a good look. Things have been solved. Things have been worked out. All right, so it's a big deal. Of course, you know that it is very, very interesting World Cup that is coming up. So we look forward to that World Cup coming up, the Women's World Cup, and we look forward to Men's World Cup that is coming up. So Jamaica is in pot 3 of the World Cup draw. Denmark, Switzerland, Republic of Ireland, Colombia, Argentina, Vietnam, Costa Rica. So hope we can get a very good draw, All right. So let me check the poll that is happening. I see actually say he can't lay down a judgment until after the Cameroon game. But actually, do you believe that that is a fair thing to do? Because when you look at it, actually, we might not have all the players for the Cameroon game. We might not have all the players for the Cameroon game. So, but I hear you. Let us see how that one goes. All right, so the Reggae Girls seem to be well on their way. All right, people. Question: is the JFF heading in the right direction? Are they improving? What are your thoughts on this aspect of the conversation? Are they improving? Talk to me, people. Because there are a few things that are happening. You see, coach's contract being sorted out. They're looking for a new Gen Sec, and the person, the leading contender, very good individual. Yeah. So, are they making progress, or is it a smoke screen? Is it a smoke screen, people? I want you to answer that question. Is it a smoke screen where the JFF is concerned, or they are really putting in work? Are they putting in the work? Have they been listening to what has been happening on these platforms and see that, yes, they need? Dennis Strong did say that they do listen. Well, for he can speak for himself. You know what I mean? So it is that we know that these individuals, or some of these individuals, are actually watching these streams. Do or did they use these streams to put things into place, or is it a case where they were compelled to do it because of FIFA statutes and regulations? So you think JFF, they have made a brilliant turn where that is concerned, or is it because FIFA has laid down certain guidelines and they have to follow them? Or they're just coming up with these brilliant ideas, or they're getting these brilliant ideas from these platforms and they are secretly running with them? Come on, man. We need to hear. We need to hear what is happening. Big up to Cataract. Warm to Leeds. Warm to Leeds. Them not leading. Yeah. So talk to me, people. Because many might say, the JFF, they are doing an excellent job. They are looking to turn things around where the administration is concerned, where the operation is concerned. Yeah. They recognize the importance of what the fans are saying, and they realize that if this organization has to strive or needs to strive, they have to listen to the fans. Or is it a case because they deem the fans important when it comes on to monies, they want to ensure that they befriend the fans so that the fans will come out to games like the Paraguay game for the Reggae Girls in Mobay and in Kingston? Are these strategic moves that they are making by themselves, or they're actually moving and making things happen because of FIFA? Talk to me, my people. Actually saying them always listen, but them not hearing. We are out of the relegation zone. That all manner asks right now. All right, Blake. I think it's too short to tell. Give them a couple more months and see. No, we can't. We have, hey, actually, so the thing said, I have to assess it, Is either monthly, quarterly. The quarterly thing, they sound too long. So I would say assessment is being done like on a monthly basis in my eyes, actually, because you can't ease up. You cannot ease up because if you do, then they will probably feel like they can let up or the pressure is no more, so they can ease up a little bit. No. You understand? So that is the situation. I believe that we should ensure that the pressure keeps up. You know why? JFF has no problems with this. From what Mr. Chung says or said, no problem with this. So, I mean, people who believe that the vloggers are going too hard, sorry for you. These are the forums that keep the JFF in check. Keep them on their toes. Remind them of the duty that they have where the football is concerned. Yeah? So, I'm wondering if they're just putting on a show because a lot of these things have to be adhered to where FIFA is concerned. So, it's interesting. It's interesting. Big up Tuffy Rudy. Big up yourself. Exactly, actually. So we have to give them their laurels this month, They have been doing well. Even from last month when the game was played, you see we had no traveling issues. Somebody said that because about 3 men were coming back to Jamaica. So that might be the thing that saved them or spared them the embarrassment. Then you have this month. Games are coming up next month. They don't really have a lot happening in this month. But they sort out the negotiation with the women's team. So I have a strong feeling that they are putting in the work. But my problem is that is the work being put in because of FIFA, because of the vloggers, or because of them wanting to see to the betterment of the football? Or is it because election is coming up? People, you can call in the number to call in 876 474 3538. So you can call in and let your voice be heard. That right, coach. Keep the spotlight on. We will truly know when we see the team for Nations League. Next point is to see if the best Premier League talents are recruited in November. But from what we're hearing, that November game, that November game might be a game where you have locals based on what Mr. President said. In a year. No, man, we don't put the visa. Richard King, we don't put that in another category. There. Why when we dependent topic here with device always, so me feel say some things set up in the algorithm. Listen to me, I can't stop with it. If you think you can't stop it on the live stream, we're gonna record something and publish it. Yeah? Say for me though, I wouldn't say that the Richard King visa issue was one of those travel issues. For me, the travel issue a man can get to move from point A to point B when they have gone to a point A to play the game. So Richard King never moved from point A. It's an issue, but from what we heard, it we don't know, it couldn't be the JFF fault. They get a date, but it couldn't be the JFF fault. That's the date they get. Clyde Morris is saying that they are trying their best. That's why I tell you when Cameroon and Paraguay touch base, we will see. All right, actually, will they no coach. I'm saying after Cameroon game, the coach is supposed to spend time in England. I am saying let us see who he is able to recruit. Yep. Coach, a long time, I tell you, every time you talk. Hey, you think I joke actually? I'm gonna try to start the youth. Based on information, the November game will be local. That me I tell the man them, man. That me I tell the man them. So you can't use the November game to judge because it is not a FIFA date. You understand? So I guess when games start to play, yes, but for me, the Cameroon game is out because from what I understand is that the coach didn't even know about this game until him come in. And when them play the Argentina game, it solidifies. So yeah, I don't know. We don't know. We don't know, Oyin. We don't know at all. Good question. But what gonna be the USL and MLS USL players? And they don't have a ball for them. Come on, man. Oh, no, no. Hey, listen. Everything recorded now. Now, if you make up on the mind, on the beat, the USL players. Remember, if we have games coming up, local players, some US and MLS might be in it. We don't know about USL, right? But at the same time, the locals will have to be involved. That's what the president said. And if you think I lie, let me play it. Let me play it for you. So that you know that I speak a truth. Nothing but the truth. Watch us then delete. Hold on, let me play the message for you so you can hear it go on. We can see what progress taking place based on selection, camp, and organization of U17, and we can start with that. All right, that sounds fair. All right, listen up.
Speaking with the president of the Jamaica Football Federation, Mr. Mike Ricketts. Mr. Ricketts, you saw the game just now. The team did fairly well after coming together for 2 training sessions against a strong team like Argentina.
Yeah, I think we played in patches. For the first 15, 20 minutes, we were chasing. But thereafter, I think we were very competitive. Up to minute number 85, it was we were only a goal down, conceded 2 very late goals, albeit the magic of the great Messi. But I think, all in all, I personally would be pretty satisfied. Not with the result, but how we actually played. Having just been together for effectively 2 days, I really think we did well. I also would like to use this opportunity to make an announcement as it relates to our campaign. We have signed an agreement with the Cameroon FA. We will engage that country in a friendly in Cameroon on November 9. We have actually signed a contractual arrangement, so it is official that Jamaica will engage Cameroon on November 9 in the Cameroons.
We know that it's not a FIFA date, Mr. President, so that team would be a little bit different from the one that played on the outside.
You hear that, people? It is not a FIFA date. All right.
Yeah, it certainly will be. And the good thing is that that's not unique to us because the effect will be um, as it is with Jamaica, so too the Cameroons. So maybe a number of these players who participating in this evening's encounter will be unavailable. But of course, it's another opportunity to expose our young players, and I'm pretty certain that the coach will get the opportunity again to look at some young upcoming players. So we're looking forward and just hoping that from that group the coaching staff will be able to extract some potential as we try to start our World Cup campaign for 2026.
Thank you, sir.
Okay.
All right. Me not hear people. Big up yourself, Dre. Anyway, Rob Smith. Big up yourself. I don't hear people talking about because the man said that up and coming young players. What about the youngsters who what about the youngsters who were a part of the U20 team? My thing is that, Dre, anyway, that up and coming young players could be players who probably would have made a debut, or it could be local players who are making their debut in the senior team. It could be young players who would have represented the U20 team. You understand? That's what me I talk about. So there's a lot more to be desired if you ask me, but we definitely will be on these topics. We don't want any smoke screen. we don't think the contract is a fake one. Based on what the coach said, brain drain, he's very satisfied and he would have been happy that this distraction is out of the way. So what I'm getting from what he's saying, brain drain, is that his staff is satisfied and they can now concentrate on football. You know? Yeah, Dre, anyway, if we're talking about young players, we could look at some of the stars of the U20 team. Young and upcoming players. These persons would have represented the national team already. And we're talking about affecting ranking and all of that. I believe that in rebuilding process, there's gonna be some teething pain that you have to face. So it's not like you should go out there and behave like in rebuilding you should be just go out and win games. No. You want to develop that mentality, yes, but if you're rebuilding, expect some pains. Yeah? And that is the situation. So I believe, for me, I would mix. And who don't want no for me, anything below 25, 26, 25. 26, 25. 26, 25. 26 is the cap. Because if you're thinking about rebuilding and a player who is probably in their 30s who has not played for the Reggae Boys for a while, it don't make no sense. Because even if that player comes in at 29, 30, by the time you get to World Cup, I'm gonna go vex because you might help the team to qualify for the World Cup. And then at 35, 34, a younger baller come kick away your foot. So for me, I believe that they ought to go no older than 26. 27 might escape 28, but Mr. Speed outright said no schoolboys. Not saying there's any that really ready, but why would we see, he said definitely no, rather than saying if they are ready. No other country select team based on age 8, 17 or 18. I mean, schoolboys, to put in high quality game, international game, you can find one. You understand? But listen, our schoolboy football pace is slow. Can't match up to international. You might have a player who is very skillful and such like. Normally, you're breeding players in the national team more than likely are attacking players. Players play out wide. You understand? So, yes, Jay, anyway, that U26 team, man, that we are built. 442 Blake, Taxi, Low, King, Brown, Ravel, Speedy, Walker, Burke, East. I'm missing one player. Maybe there's a winger or right mid in the JPL available. Taxi. Boy, you're going with Taxi, Rob Smith. Taxi now going to play no more ball for Jamaica, I think. Huh? That's the only asterisk I have with that team that you pick. For the Cameroon game, if you find one and he get 10 minutes, that's a start. Yeah, so that may have set off a road. You can't have a wholesale thing of bringing these. We don't have a talent pool for your tech players from the schoolboy football. We don't have the talent pool locally for that. The talent is there, but it is not developed to the capacity It's the east. Saga to the east. Certainly not Javon East, Mr. I cannot get a shot on target. So the man that scored per goal over in our league ever play Blake. Yes, Owen. Since you talk about MLS and USL players, select a team. Very good point, Rob Smith. Because I guarantee you that some of the locals will be a part of the selection. And that's just my thought. All right. Lee Young, big up yourself. Charges against Macy Greenwood have been dropped. JFF should contact him. What's the source of that information? Hey, Lee Young, from what do you see that information there? I floating on me draw feet in and people they must say it not official enough. So let us know what's the source. Jemon Barkley. Me hear the name there already. What do you mean? You want me to come fix up your house? What's that? You know. Me to come fix up your house. So really and truly, we're looking to see if JFF can really you know, hit the ground running. So how about that? What sort of team? Give me a 23-man squad that possibly we could select for the game coming up against Cameroon. What are your thoughts? What you say? Dujan Whisper's a wild card. Right now, Dujan Whisper doing very well in the in the I almost said JPL. In the JSL, Jamaican Schoolboy League. He's doing pretty well in the JSL. He's out of class. So, I don't know. He certainly could be one of them that could get an opportunity. All right. Maybe a couple ballers from League One. They never have 5 FIFA windows, so no differences. Yeah, you could probably look on some people from Championship too. What kind of League One? League One, they're 4, you know. Camperdown, man, big up yourself. How is Ravel is playing in the MLS and could not play in the US last year? Camperdown, man, we don't know what DC United did, you know. But something was done and Ravel is now in US playing football. So it's a plus because next year's Gold Cup with Ravel in the art, trust me, big deal. Dre anyway, I say Amal Knight, Dyer, Simpson, Staple, Priestley, Colorado Murray. Yeah, man. I was watching a game with Harborview versus GC Foster College, a preseason game, and Harborview no look bad at all. Murray is a miserable baller. Trust me. Yeah, man. They look good, and you can see that coach Ludlow is working a system. He's demanding a lot from his players. So yeah, Dre. Not bad, not that bad. How many players are? 6 players. Will Ravel be available for the Cameroon game? He's in US. It would be good. But then again, they probably say if the coach would want to see Ravel again, because he would have seen Ravel already. For him to travel all the way to Africa, it's gonna be for them to see, in my estimation. Will Ravel want to go to Africa? Will some of the players want to go to Africa from the MLS? 3 Honduras teams make it into the 2023 CONCACAF Champions League, while our so talented and well-trained local players can't get our clubs to the CONCACAF level consistently. Up and running. All right, I think better try our luck with U20 youngsters from the recent qualifiers. Jamari Clark, Boyce Clark, Tyler Roberts, Delano Splat. That's what I'm saying. That would be my first thing in a Qatar. First thing. The U20 players, based on what the president said, up and coming youngsters. Yeah. Duclan, what? My team overview looking good. No, remember it's just preseason in a Duclan. Don't get it twisted. They probably play a weak team. It's going to be tough if Union makes the MLS Cup final. Final is November 5. All right. Trayvon Reed to the list. What about Mount Pleasant Youths? By the way, all the match with Mount Pleasant and Waterhouse went. So, but we miss up on some of them games, Yeah, that's the question. Because it's still not a FIFA date and they are probably seen as professionals. So a whole lot of things might reason need to take into consideration. We would like to see a certain type of player. Then again, the coach would want to see a certain type of player. Is the Cameroon match a FIFA date? Or we'll get anybody? Yeah, champ deck. That's what I was saying to persons who believe that we can't use this to really judge the administration. It's a non-FIFA date. Even if we want the players, I'm thinking about the U20s, but even if we want those players, they have to be released from their club. Will they be released? So, and the same people them we are talking about the MLS man, they're not good. Well, we basically would have to go for them, or they are campaigning for them. That's how these people don't like the local players in terms of the local ballers, a local league. You don't miss anything in that match, CD. Both teams look shaky. You didn't miss anything in that match. Which match up and running? Okay. You're talking there. But the big coach the Mount Pleasant man, former national coach. Yeah, talks up and running. Mount Pleasant created a Galactico. Yeah, talks it. No up and running. Me don't know. But you watch it, so me have to agree with what you say, don't. All right. Man say both teams look shaky, people. Can you believe it? So me see Dre anyway that throw out about 7 names from the what do you think about these names, people? These names that Dre anyway that throw out. That looks like Amal Knight, Dyer, Simpson, Staple, Priestley, Murray, and he mentioned another one, Trayvon Reed. What do you think about those names? And Cameroon is in the World Cup, remember. Cameroon will be in the World Cup. Will Cameroon has any players overseas playing in any leagues? All right, see, Ian come up with a team here. Let's see it. Kick a J1 right now. Andre Blake, Dexter Lambiaski, Damian Lowe, Richard King, Javane Brown, Delano Splat, Joey Desert, Ravel Morrison, Corey Burke, Dujan Whisper, Cardell Benbow, or Turgot. This is how many players. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Well, this is just a team, Katara. Will Andre Blake go? Will Lambiaski go? Will Damian Lode go? Will Javane, well, should. Will Ravel Morrison go? Will Corey Burke go? Will they pick Joy Desert? We have been talking about this player like for a long time, you know. Is he the man? This man over what? This man, Joy Desert is how old? Bridget, music is not banned on the island, man. Sure, you can't exaggerate, Sir Bridget. Mr. Cataract, I like your team, but if Clark, the U20 keeper, is available, I would use him. Mm-hmm. Bridget, if the client don't pay, me drive. Sure, man, big up yourself. Me a pen and a play pen. In the show now, coach. Big up your coach. We see the background play. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. So what to say about that team? The only tough Rudy like that team here. If Philly reach finals, then I would have to replace Blake and Burke. Mm-hmm. Devon Smith. I think you're saying big up myself, don't? I think you saying bigging up myself. Man said big up yourself. And it's not Lindsay, it's Minzy. All right, so yeah, Devon, we know what that is, man. At the typo. All right, if anybody was calling the line, the phone is dead, people. So but just get it on. So you feel free to call in. Mr. Speed already said it on the channel. There will definitely be no schoolboy. So we spawn up. Me think Whisper I gotta be exceptional talent, man. So if one schoolboy getting it, no problem. All right, you can call in now. Blakey. See the number there, 876-474-3538. See the number there on screen. 474-3538. That's the call-in number. Will the youngsters be available? That's the question, you know. So Whisper is good enough for national, but not U2. Please explain. What is U2, Brain Drain? I don't know what is U2. Hold on. No. I miss call this. Me see I come in already. I may have the phone number on. No. Okay. You too. What is you too? I don't know. Did he get a fair opportunity for the U20? I don't know. Heard he was hurt. Heard he wasn't. So a lot has been said. What is the truth? All right, we're waiting on Cataract to call. And if not, we're gonna move to the EPL. We're gonna move to the EPL because we have some business to take care of, and some more big games that come up in the weekend. And for the most part, me not going too bad, and not going into bad in the prediction. I couldn't do this as a job, The prediction thing, Would make the money. In brain drain, 5 out of 9. And according to you, that's average. They need to get the keeper and the big guy play at the front. Desert is 24. All right, cool. So, yeah. A long time we are calling for that player that's still in a cataract. Joey Desert. Whole past 3 met about him, Joey Desert needs to get a chance. Do they believe that he deserves a chance? These are the things, these are the questions, These are the things. Do the selectors, do they believe that? All right, so might as well move into the Premier League prediction, because I dare to the thing there right now. Premier League prediction on the coach's desk. Yeah. Cataract, that's not the calling number. That's not the calling number, Cataract. Somebody put the calling number in the chat, make Cataract see name. Nah, listen when me are talking, That's not the calling number. If you call that number, nobody now hear you. Cataract, if you call that number, nobody's going to hear you. Show that number there. All right, so let's take a look at the EPL preview, people. Serious preview going from what they on the coach's desk, you know. So first and foremost, we have to talk about the game that was played today. Brentford, Ivan Toney. Some people call him Ivan Phony. He got a brace today. And when you say brace, that means a double. He got a double. And Brentford, they defeated Brighton. Quite a surprise. Good thing we never predict that game there. All right, so first game, early morning games, 15th. Leicester versus Crystal Palace. Leicester will be playing at home. But boy, Leicester let me down last week. I'm gonna go back on it, the last week review. Leicester let me down. They were defeated by Bournemouth. So Leicester let me down last week. I don't think I'll go back with Leicester now. Who said we go back with Leicester? Should you put it at 5 out of 10? 9. Hold on. Yes, 5 out of 10. Can we get the Aston Villa one wrong? Yeah. It was 1-1 between Aston Villa, right? So we get that one there wrong. I say Aston Villa go win 1-0. So a 5 out of 10. Average, 50%. That no bad. Yeah, brain drain. Yeah, follow our gone. All right, so Leicester versus Crystal Palace. I go with Crystal Palace, you know, people. Me now make something that fool me again. Leicester now fool me again. So drop your prediction. Leicester early morning game. Leicester City versus Crystal Palace. I go with Leicester. I go with Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace is playing away from home. How did they do in their last match? They defeated Leeds 2-1 at home, you know. Leicester lost 2-1 2-1. Oh, that match I wanna. All right. Me I go with my gut feeling, you know. Leicester I go score, Crystal Palace I go score. So me I put Crystal Palace 2, Leicester 1. What say you? What say you in that prediction? Two 1. Nobody else now predict. All right, move on. Next game. Hold on, we got a call. Welcome to the show.
Good evening. Coach's desk or is this TVM?
You take up a thing too?
I don't know which. It depends on which one I'm about to talk. If a coach's desk, better go on. You know what I mean?
You take it up. That's why we are telling the people that watch the thing. And we have to keep it at a level so them can call you. You see me? Anyway, this is a coach's desk.
Yeah, coach's desk. The real desk. You know, it's been a hiatus, you know. But we are getting back. You know what I mean? Getting back on the feet, getting back there.
So what go on Phil, before we move into anything? What you do?
Yeah, we do our next surgery. So it's looking a little better now, but you know, we have to recover and recoup. You know, I mean, they're still not strong enough for host a show and stay on for an hour, 2 hours, but you can always call in and give the strength, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. So, coach,
I'm glad to say you're good.
yeah, yeah, man. Yeah, man. Well, and I say good. I say good, but
you're
better.
better than you were, you know. So yeah, we have to say good.
You know, you know the thing. I always a check it. But we have to keep it professional. You know, like the background. People are gonna think you're rich. I'm about broken the yard and take up the flat screen TV when I'm sitting behind. So, coach, Cameroon. Yeah, I have a few topics. I want to touch on a few. The Cameroon squad I put up.
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying that I think that's the strongest possible squad. There's the only other players in the MLS would be Justin McMaster. They're at Atlanta. No, I think he's at Minnesota now in the MLS. So, but I'm not sure if he has. Yeah, he must have a Jamaican passport. He played for Jamaica in the under 17, didn't he?
Yeah, but that's a long time
Right.
ago. Passport can expire. Or him
Yeah,
just
man, 23 years.
Yeah, just
Man,
renew it.
23.
Mm.
No, man, 10 years they get your passport. Of course, your brother could get the passport under 17. He's 23. I don't know why you
sorry. I think it's 33.
No, 23. So if we do under 17, let me say we come at 16, we'll have another 3 years leave on the passport.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a winger. So you could call him up if you want to look at the players who are in the top league in the MLS. I think all of them deserve a call up. People might not want to hear me say this, but I mean, in a match like this, let's just say you're going forward, person going to point to Alvis Powell playing. What's your view on that, coach?
Who?
Elvis.
Who is Elvis?
Elvis Powell. You know the Elvis?
No, I don't know the Elvis.
The gangster and everything. Alvis Powell.
What happened to him?
Really? He is playing in the MLS.
Yeah, and he has been doing well.
Right, so I'm saying, despite my negative things about him, I think he would be included in a 23-man squad if no English players are available.
Okay.
I don't think you can just. I'm not being unfair to nobody. I don't think you can just go around the ball and just say, all right, because maybe he might learn to take his hands from behind his back under this new coach and play some good ball game.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that I would say. I'm not going as far as O'Neal Fisher though.
So Fisher too.
But you see, coach, the truth of the matter is they're in their late 20s, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just exclude them when we include Antonio and say Antonio will be part of the thing for 2026. I don't want to, since everybody's coming with a clean slate, you have to be fair and give a clean slate. You know, some beat them bad. And I think certainly for Albus, the issue with Michael Hector will have to be resolved. Big man thing.
Mm-hmm. So that's the only that's how you'd get back in your team.
Yes.
Okay.
I also believe, and I didn't put it here, that I would call up for the Cameroon game. I would call up Michael Hector and Anthony Grant because they are training, but they're not with. They're both training with Dagenham and Redbridge.
Are the same team, Grant and Hector there?
Yeah, man, they're not training, yeah, man.
Yeah, but we don't know. You know, it is still a mystery, the situation with what's his name? Michael Hector's non-inclusion, you know. I know we are saying
so
because of what happened, but the next ball I play. So why him never come? Or him decide to quit international?
Well, we don't know. That's what I'm saying. I'm using a clean slate approach to the thing.
So clean slate.
If
but
everybody have a clean.
Go on.
Do you agree or don't you agree? What the chat said? Because sometimes I can't even see the chat.
Some people are saying no clean slate, no Anthony Grant.
No, but listen, I in the against Argentina, I did not call for Anthony Grant. I said it would not be appropriate for him to play that game when you had players available. But when you don't have your big players available, he's basically in the same boat as any JPL player. You're just training. You're not playing no competitive games. So there's no difference. Fresh God. There's no difference. If you go and call up a Richard King, they are no different. They're out of season. They're not playing competitive game. But I would only call him up for this Cameroon game. Just to be clear, code. Because it's a non-FIFA window. And he won't be at a club before January. Right? Doesn't look like it. Because by November, they're going to go on a break. And where he was going at Crawley Town, the chairman, due to FIFA fair play, his salary, they put a freeze on signing. So it's just unfortunate. So I think I would, for this Cameroon game, I would include Michael Hector and Anthony Grant in the mix. I don't know.
But Qatar, persons will say, no, why use these two players if you don't have the intention to play them in the future?
I do. Well, for me, I believe that up to Gold Cup, they still have something to do, and I am not one of those. I am one of those persons who believe, you see, that the matches matter, because if you want to get back players to be able to move to England, you heard that Simon in his discussion with Darren Moore, and Darren Moore would like to add one or two Jamaicans to his Sheffield Wednesday squad, but he can't do it when we are ranked 70 something in the world, right? So you have to get positive results, coach, to get back in the top 50 ranking. So rankings matter. They have an effect on the whole transfer thing. That's why I think it's very myopic when people don't see that we have to put out our best possible team. So for a match like this, I'm saying you have like 20 players who are 21 players, as a matter of fact, who are in for the future. And then you have if Grant is there, it is the leadership that you bring. Hector will bring leadership, and they're there just to ensure that we don't get a dismal result. No, I mean, I know they have the Grant haters, but saying Grant we trust. I'm telling you that in my own view, you believe that to lock out a game with 5 minutes to go, that Anthony Grant can come on a field and shut down a game? You believe he don't have that in his legs, or 10 minutes? I doubt that. So we're getting a result like we were having a decent result against Argentina. Let me know if he will be starstruck. I don't know if he will be starstruck. But I think some matter of shape and those things, we could have held out for 1-0 against Argentina. So you just believe in bringing a whole set of young players go to Cameroon, coach?
If I bring a younger set of players?
No, I'm saying you have 20 or 21 younger players, you have some new players, but I believe that you have some veterans in there that can hold the thing together. If the thing start to go sideways.
But Cataract, would
Yep.
would just having those players to stabilize the ship and not getting a victory, would it still make sense?
Yes, coach, because if you go there and get all a 6-0 or 3-0, remember, does the rankings go by points, you know?
Yeah, but it
So
don't
if
go
you
by
lose,
goal.
oh, you mean, coach, if you get wiped out 6-0 or 9-0, waiting, you think you lose the same number of points?
But if we play Argentina without them, with a Messi, and we did not get 9.
We did not play with a Messi. Don't even try that. Messi came on in the second half.
So I went to him crawl upon the field. I who scored the goal then?
Coach, how you mean FIFA friendlies don't count towards FIFA rankings?
But Qatar, you gone
Coach,
back.
you
We talk about that already, and we move on. We are talking about the Messi.
no, I want to be educated. And I'll get you with the Messi. I'll get you to the Messi thing, coach. I'm saying that is it true that friendly internationals do not count towards FIFA rankings?
Yeah, man.
Fresh God was.
Yeah, man. Friendly count towards FIFA rankings.
Yeah, that's what I knew. A friendly count towards me. But you saying when Messi came on, the thing finished.
But Qatar,
it was like
in a matter, they lost 3-0. Messi played.
Yes, but you're saying
all right? What you're saying? What Grant and Hector would do in that game? Hey, you know, say Cataract, me get a photograph. If you have a particular player that sat in the stands watching the game and a curse, but him would have do better. And now call no man name because I don't want stir up nothing. You could have asked me 50 questions. Me I go say like Prezi. No, ask me that.
Me don't know. Paul Young.
You hear me
Tyrone
say?
Marshall.
No, ask me that.
Me don't know. No,
me not tell you who. Me not gonna tell nobody who right now. But me I tell you.
So cool.
So players on the sideline or in the stands, I go say they could have done better.
No, and I'm for me, coach. I'm saying the whole issue of the game was the changes made. The last set of changes where we were bringing on attacking players. I didn't understand it. I thought at that point you just lock the game down. You lock up your house because Messi is there.
When you're under how much? 1-0?
You're under 1-0. Messi is there. You lock up your house. You put your wife in the bedroom. You put a padlock on the gate because Denzel Washington. If Denzel Washington reach Kingston 6, me I lock up my woman. All of them.
Denzel Washington and a trip, Bridget. Right.
That you feel. That you feel.
Yeah, you know that you feel.
The girl them still so Denzel, you know. The big woman never know. I say what I deal with cool girl now. Big woman with them. Fresh God say I break the lock. Denzel I forgot broke my lock, brother. But me I lock again. People like up their lives here. No, but seriously, coach. There are a lot of questions to be asked about the Argentina game. What did the coach see in Kevin Lambert? Why he would not even trust him for 5 minutes to close out a game defensively?
Obviously, not trust him.
Right. So therefore, I'm saying, I'm saying, I'm not saying that Anthony Grant could lock down Messi. I don't think. No, he can't. Absolutely not. But I don't think that he would be starstruck because I thought some players were starstruck. Didn't you think that's what?
Not throughout the game.
Brother, Messi, I saw Messi come on the field and the whole thing changed. It's like man gonna carry him.
Man,
Them a
gonna
watch
what?
the game. Gonna carry him. Them a
Mm.
watch the game. The game now play. Them a watch the game. Messi just a direct an orchestra. Granted, that I have to tell you that I didn't. I think I did talk. Call you and I will talk a little about it. It was seeing a genius at work. It's like watching Michelangelo paint or Bob Marley write a song. You know what I mean? Or Sly and Robbie put together a bass line, a rhythm. You understand? It really was like that. You know, I give thanks that I was alive to see it. Um, so, but Cameroon is a whole different thing. You know what I mean? Cameroon is a whole different thing. I do believe you need some. It's my view. I don't know who and I chat if them feel like we don't need some veteran presence, but also it's very important
Veterans
that
are old people, you know. If you say some
veteran
seniority,
presence.
it can be different than veteran, you know. But you say your view still. So, but me just add that to it. I think they were more
Okay.
starstruck than after the game rather than when Messi came on.
But that's some man that talk up there, man ears and them something there. But that go on.
But the game never was it a break? If me remember the same play where you talk, was it a when a foul was was given the whistle blow? I don't
Yes,
know.
foul blow.
Yes. The players
So
and players
I
have
think
exchange. Players and players have
I
exchange
think
on field. That go on even when I'm a Messi play.
no sir. Man, I'm sure it looked like man in that big jersey.
Well, me can't say no.
You know. Yeah, that's that. But you know, brother, I read where Antonio said that man asked the jersey on the field. Oh, there you go. But I would like to see a good score against Cameroon. I put up my squad. I think, and I mean, I'm not coach. You know, this is just a fantasy mode. There, you can put it back up on the screen.
That the far no Qatar. When they forgot it disappear.
Look, our fresh got a chat up about. Who would you disagree with, coach?
We're not sure if the Lambiaski youth them and the splat them will they be available?
That's what I'm saying. You can make a request as a non-FIFA window because they are playing in a developmental league. So they are not playing in a league where it's going to affect relegation or promotion. They're not in the first team. I don't think you're gonna get Jamari Clark because Jamari Clark is in the first team of Ready. He's a first team player Ready. So I don't think you'll get Jamari Clark, but I think you could get Lambakisi and others. Um, Tyler Roberts, Chronicle. Can't get Chronicle. And you know who Chronicle is, coach.
Mm-mm.
Chronicle I keep.
I don't know that nickname there yet.
There's the man named Chronicle. I'm gonna talk Chronic's daddy. Man named Chronicle. Chronicle Kanaya Boys Clark. Anyway. I mean, we can try for them. That's what I'm saying. If we can't get them, then you have another conundrum. If we can't get them, then I would go down to the USL.
Mm-hmm.
Right? What say you, coach?
Yeah, remember, Sam, I mean, first bring up the argument about the U20, you know. Since we start the stream, you know, I would go for them, and me, I go for player like a under 26 side. So it would have debunk your argument of Grant and Hector.
Yeah, but how old are the player them bring? I still believe you can't carry a youth side and the man them will come to you with a youth side. You try to go there with an under 23
No,
side.
man, you're not going to fully carry a youth side in a Qatar. But a 26, 25-year-old youth on a youth side.
No, so
And
which
also
26-year-old
it's going to
bring
be upon the availability of some of these players.
Yeah.
So
well, let us. I heard a rumor that the FIFA window might extend out. So, but again, these things are based on relationships you have with a club. What about players who just sit, not even on the bench? Will clubs make them available?
I want to know.
Like your Junior Flemings and your Tyreek McGee's.
Yeah, that talks have to go make. So let us see what will happen. Normally, them man, they might get a break, but again, as it's a relationship, but we don't know if any relationship has been established. So let us see. Anyways, before we get to Qatar, because we have to finish the show in 2 hours span. Give us your prediction on the Leeds versus Arsenal, because I get that. Me I look on a 5 love, you know. I don't know.
You're bright.
Of course, very brilliant.
Arsenal is top of the league. Leeds, we are above the relegation zone. I expect a good match. The style make fights. And I don't think I fear any team except maybe Man City. I expect a close match. If we go down, I think a 2 or 3-1, it would be. Bamford is back, and we're having a difficulty with Patrick Bamford, and he's not fully up to speed, and that's the only thing. And this coach seems to want to bring him in right away. So I think Arsenal will win the game, but I'm hoping for a draw. That's what I would be hoping for from Leeds, a draw. I think to say that Leeds would win the game would be a stretch. But in this Premier League, coach, apart from Manchester City, any team on any given day can draw with another team if you don't come to the A game. That's what I see with this whole league so far. I don't know if that's what you see.
Yeah, man, the league, well, you have the top teams doing well, but you're right, there might be a situation where if you don't come with the A game on the day, you're gonna get flogged.
They get dirt on dash, right? You understand? Because they have hungry players who are trying to impress to get into the World Cup.
In the World Cup, yeah.
That's the other thing. You have players in teams who are trying to impress their national coaches to get to the big dance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I say. And you only have to let the next thing I speak about 2 things quickly, coach. Ivan Toney. What is your take?
Should
we give up?
Right now, the man don't want to play for Jamaica, yeah, man. The man want to rep England, brother. So if a man want to go find dreams, you can't stop it.
He was very upset with what happened.
Yeah, but I mean,
he was upset.
Yeah, but our people them not step to him.
That's the problem. So what I want to ask is when Have you heard that the coach would be stopping it over in England
Yeah, man.
after? Right. So should Ivan Toney be one of the players he tries to meet with?
Let us see. I don't know who he's gonna be meeting with, but I hear that he's gonna be in England.
I don't know who he's going to be meeting with. I hear some people providing database, but you know, it's one database. You know. I can't tell you right now, because I work up my thing different. It's going to be very interesting. And maybe another time we'd have to speak on that matter. Because what happens is, when you go over there without information, in an information age, you can come back with the wrong thing. So they are going to my thing. 39 players in the Premier League of Jamaican heritage. No, not 39. That's 38 associated with Premier League clubs. Some have just been sold. So that would give you roughly, I would say, 30 players playing in the league when you take out the players who are gone on loan, etc. There are 30 players.
Hello?
Including 15 players that start for the club. You have 15 players who start for their club who are eligible to represent Jamaica. And that's not counting Mason Greenwood in the number. Right? So, as I said to you, I would want to see the coach come back with, I would think, about, at this point, about 5 reinforcements.
Well, let's see what he'll choose now. From what I'm hearing, you know, this coach is a coach and know him thing, you know. Very technologically driven and all of these things. So if he comes back and miss, we have an argument.
Remember, so this is part of this now, you know. Is convincing players to come on the project.
Yeah, so he might not convince people. Is he a good marketer? We don't know. He's a dentist.
Exactly.
Is he able to convince somebody to pull a wisdom teeth, or to
pull them teeth up,
or to allow the teeth to, or the teeth to remain if the person wants it to be pulled? So these are some of the things that he will have to convince whoever he sees when he gets there.
So it's really, it's two things, coach, and you hit the nail on the head. It's really an assessment, really a technical savvy, to be able to spot talent and say, okay, this player fits into my style of football. But then there's also the man management side and the marketing side, the soft skills.
Yep.
To be able to convince. Coach, for example, a one top class CDM. One will make any sense. I mean, talking serious sense. And that's Isaac here. Right? Does he have the man management skills to convince Isaac Hayden that his dream of playing for England, to put it aside and let's go to 2026?
Yeah, so some of these things that he will have to see how best the coach can bring these things, convince these players. And it's not only convincing the players now, because if the players are not interested, you can't sell a product to a man who's not interested, none at all, you know.
But coach,
So,
what I got, so me and Mr. Speed not take no tea when I play Gungo like. But I heard about that program say that he was personally responsible for the recruitment of the coach, interviewing, etc. But that he spent a long time or significant time and effort, significant time, to convince the coach to come onto this Jamaica project because it's not about money. So I'm wondering why the same effort isn't expended to convince an Ivan Toney, a Isaac Hayden.
but Ivan no want play, Hayden no want play Cataract.
You know, sir.
So are the new coach, now, the new project now, you know, I go see who really want to play now.
Okay. I won't disagree with you, but I want to see if the marketing is different. If we're able.
Here Devon say we just have to trust the data that is provided to the coach, and also based on the expertise on the expertise and judgment of the coach. I would assume he's saying. So data might be provided to the coach, you know. But remember, each coach have a system that they play with, you know. So will that data that is provided give the coach all that he's looking for as an individual coach?
Well, that's the thing, coach.
Because you have, say for example, Pep Guardiola, Jurgen Klopp, Harry, or whoever they want to be. These, you give all of them the same set of players in our database. You know that the lesser coach might get more out of that database than a top coach, because the top coach might see things that he don't like. But being in the environment, he might still pick up a one talent where that wasn't in the database, that is available. But I guess the database is upon availability of players that are of Jamaican heritage. So him have to dip in that database.
Absolutely.
And is it a case where him have to just narrow down or settle because he doesn't have any option? So a lot of things we have to look into, you know. A whole lot of things. But it can't just be one size fit all.
No, it's not. It's not one size fit all. And where you move to somebody, coach, you're absolutely correct. That is a genius statement that you just made there. And this is why I say, coach, is the man management part of it.
Yeah, so him have to go in and go make it. Because, all right, so for example, Aiden in the list, see it? But based on what he present to Aiden no one come. You understand?
That is the thing. You have to present something.
Exactly.
And you have to show your project. You have to let the player know what their role is going to be. But sometimes you have to know which players to hug. You have to know which player to give a rough word to.
Right.
And you have to know which one to what motivates people are different. You know?
Mm-hmm. But then again, you know, Cataract, the coach can use a no-nonsense approach when a player will go on like say XYZ. You have to come to him soft and silky, you know. And the coach just got the bad vibes, you know. And say, yo, you can stay. I don't want you. You're never gonna play for the England national team. And I give him that type of argument. And that might work for one player, but it don't work for the next. So it's really
100.
his marketing strategy, and as Devon said, expertise and judgment. So that is also critical.
Right.
That really gonna be the deal broker, you know. Yeah,
The coach, the other thing, is the soft skills.
certainly.
So, for example, you have players like Mason Holgate. You have players like Ben Godfrey, who
Rico
are on
Henry.
some no matter who are on long-term injury.
Oh, you're talking those folks. Okay.
Right. Isaac Hayden as well. Who the JFF should be, and I've said this more than one time, officials on the JFF. Not, I know the supporter does his thing, but that's not official. Should be weekly or monthly in this way. How you doing today? How is the physio coming on? How is the injury? You're walking yet? You're back in training. You know that way, the coach?
Mm-hmm.
To show that some empathy
But
and care towards footballer. That might help you to convince them, because I'm sure it's a Garrett Southgate now call it. Maybe he does. Right? But when you have a player who's injured and who especially have a long layoff, has anybody in the JFF even contacted Ethan Pinnock over this period and say, yo, Roper, how it go, bro?
we don't know.
Tal? We don't know. But do you get the sense that that occurs?
Cataract, sometimes I'm not gonna say it happens, you know. But don't you think that sometimes these things happen, but it not come a road?
Now come on, okay. But we can't tell you say it not happen for a certain player. So we can't tell you say.
Yeah, me know. Well, I
No.
Cataract, me know so some man not get no call. Me know. So me know, but at the same time, there might be players. I'm just saying that's why I start the statement might say it might not happen. That's why I start this statement by saying it might not happen. However, we're not sure if these things are done. You understand? But I think
You have
we
some
want to.
American term thing, look for Leon Moore. Leon Moore, that's a very difficult situation to get a long-term injury in the last year of your contract. Mentally, that must mess with you. Sometimes you have to seek a friend before you need a friend.
Yeah, but Cataract, remember this man put up on all, you know. Hey, you have some people that are vindictive, you know. Remember, say this man put you out on a limb for go and wait, you know. And we don't hear from him, you know. See, it can't be a case where, what if they don't want him? What if they don't see him as somebody who's going to be a part of the project? Based off history, soft muscle tissues probably always are get injured. You understand? So a whole lot of things in recruiting, you know, it's not just like that. Because you need to do history of players. The coach are coming in, he has to do a history on his team. What this player like. You have to try to familiarize yourself with the players them. Get to know them and stuff like that. So it's not just an easy task even for the coach coming in. He might be a great coach, but it's the man management thing is very important.
You have more qualification than I do as a coach. Despite the field of endeavor, some of the principles remain the same. You have to be fair. You can't be seen to have favorites. You have to be empathetic. You have to be firm, right? You have to be knowledgeable, because people now going to take, if you're a full coach, you know what you talk about, they will respect you. And you have to be respected. What you have made some excellent points. Because, for example, if you remember the argument we had we back now at the start of the year, I think, and it's on me, right? I will reason. I think, and I've said it to him, I think one of Paul Hall's downfall was his fixation with, and it could have been with Kevin Stewart. who is not a durable player, who break down every few games. So even if you think you like him for your system, right? Maybe a David Davis would have been a better way to turn if you were pivoting from Anthony Grant. But one of the things that people like Grant have is that they don't get injured. They're durable. And Lewis Baker is a durable player. Ivan Toney. Ivan Toney is a durable striker. When you hear Ivan Toney injured, Johnson Clark Harris. That's why I'm happy that he seemed to be trying to come on board the program.
Mm-hmm.
Those durable. You can bet your house on them. They'll be available for you. But you have other players who tend to get injured. As you say, you have to study the injury history. Because sometimes it might not be the man that is the more flashy or even the better player, but you have a man that's in there when you need him. You know what I mean? Ravel, everything I would have deal, but he's not a player that really gets injured.
Hold on, let me
have a look at
let me
those
take
things.
the comment Devon said. With all due respect, none of the players, Tony or Aiden, did not say that they don't want to play. So please respect the players. Of course, players can say what they want to say, and we respect the players. But there are some hidden things that they say that are not spoken of directly. Ivan Toney's desire is to play for England. That is his first desire. And I can remember early on in this channel, we used to talk about the players would love to play for the first country that they're born in. It shouldn't be a problem. See, it a come around now. The man them want to play for the country where they're born, So isn't that in itself making a clear statement, Qatar, that they want to play for England and not Jamaica? They don't have. I listen to what they don't say rather than what they only say.
Ivan situation a different thing. I listen to what he said.
Huh?
When Jamaica first came calling, he said to them, give me a minute.
Who is that?
Let me quote him. Ivan Toney.
Ivan Toney said him away till the Euro team. He never get picked for the team, Qatar.
No.
He never get picked for the team and he not come.
No, coach. Coach, the first time, and when he got his England cap, he was asked about Jamaica specifically.
Mm-hmm.
I said, yes, Jamaica came when I was in the championship. And I said to them to hold on because I was concentrating. It was the playoffs. The playoffs were the same time with the Gold Cup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And he said, I asked them to hold up. Even Pinnock never come. That's why Pinnock never come on the Gold Cup. I asked them to hold off.
I know that's why Pinnock never come on a Gold Cup. Pinnock team just qualify and he want to get a start in a team, so him go out a pre-season. That now have nothing to do with Pinnock scenario different from that, Qatar.
Then Pinnock and Tony play for the same team.
Same club, but they two different scenarios. I remember Ivan Toney say, man, wait to see if he might get picked for the Euro team. He never get picked, and he said, wait again. The man I put weight on with, sir.
Oh, man. No. And the man said it all time mouth, coach. Go listen to the interview. He said, Jamaica came calling. I told him it's not a good time. It was the middle of the championship playoffs. It was the middle of the playoffs. And I said, I want to concentrate on getting Brentford promoted.
Mm-hmm. What happened after that? I get that. What happened after that?
Said he never heard back. And he just guessed that the interest from the federation fizzled out. He said after that, he never heard back. Go listen.
Cataract.
He said
Cataract.
Cataract.
He said that after. Listen, man, we're going to find the article and bring it back here. So the man said Him a wait for call up to see if he can get call up for England.
Yes, but if yes, you wait for the
So
call
that
up to get
after
call up.
championship, and he says something after a championship argument. He might tell you part of his story when time he get called up for England. Now tell me no foolishness. Remember that. A man say I wait to see if he might get selected for the team. The Euro team, and he never get picked for the Euro team in September. And he still never give no answer. Till one time he put up one flag and there was a big thing. If a Vincent flag or a Jamaica flag. Oh, yeah, tell me, Secretary. Anyways.
A Jamaica flag.
And,
But that will be a thing. What I'm saying is we have to have a recruitment strategy.
I know, and a system. That is true.
That the coach say, okay, I want this player, and then you tailor your what you call it, like when college football teams go to get high school players. The recruiters that going hard.
Cataract, you know, so sometimes we argument really come on for really bite us because we say the man they running for Messi and a big autograph on them something there, you know, and a big jersey. So why we are running from players who clearly don't show no interest? Clearly.
Hold on. It's a I think Ivan Toney thing is different from like a Troy Deeney.
Hear me no cataract. Hear me no cataract. We are move on from a story because this Ivan Toney story now gonna stop. We are do the prediction for the rest of games them and end the show because me are gonna find that thing there and carry it back. Ivan Toney want play for England. Or England, yes, anywhere we want to pronounce it. He want to play for the Three Lions. If he want to play for Jamaica, listen, man, if he want to play for Jamaica, it would be a no-brainer. We want to stop behaving like say we are pressure the youth them.
So coach, what happened to a youth like Danny Simpson now? Where it
I don't know nothing. I don't know nothing about Danny Simpson. We don't want to hear about Danny Simpson. A prediction where I move to now, Qatar. Honestly. 2 minutes up, 3 minutes over the 2 hour. We are going to prediction.
Give me the game that prediction.
First give me the game. I am saying that Crystal Palace, even though they have contrasting results away from home and one of home, I'm going Crystal Palace 2-1 over Leicester. What say you?
Crystal Palace 1-0.
All right, Qatar say 1-0. What the comment section say? Drop on a prediction. All right, actually I said 3-1. Hey, you know what I need to write down actually result them. Actually, always have some bad prediction, you know.
No, my coach. Crystal Palace is not a team that you can get 3. So Crystal Palace built on.
No, he must say Crystal Palace are going to win 3-1.
Oh, Crystal Palace are going to win 3-1.
Devon say 1-1. Yeah. Hey, me not trust Leicester. That's my problem, you know, Coach Devon. Me not trust Leicester. Leicester kind of. Me put my pot of fire upon Leicester versus Bournemouth, and Bournemouth beat them 2-1 the prediction of me make. So, me I go with 2-1 for Crystal Palace.
Let me tell you with Leicester, coach, right? You see, Leicester, you see, when you sell your major pieces and you don't replace them, Leicester get a whole lot of money in the bank. But the quality of what they have sold, they haven't replaced, and it come back to bite them. So just that.
Mm-hmm.
Next game, coach.
Fulham Bournemouth.
That's a championship promotion, backlog promotion team. I think Fulham 2-0.
Fulham at home 2-0. May I say to Qatar? May I agree with that? 2-0. Fulham at home.
Yeah, right. And down, coach.
Of course. Hey, not many teams go to Craven Cottage on the matches box and beat Fulham. The most they get is a draw.
It's a very, very small ground.
Yeah, man.
And the fans are right up on you. It's one of those grounds where they don't have a running track around it or a cycling track. So the fan them right up on you. It's not a nice place. Craven Cottage. It's not a nice place to go play.
Fresh God, he said, actually, I say 1-1. All right, actually, I say 1-1. So, me and Qatar agree upon the 2-0. Wolves versus Nottingham Forest. 2-0, me a call again, you know.
That's a Celadella battle. A Celadella.
2-0, me a call for. What actually say?
Who you call? 2 for who?
No, 2 for Wolves, man. The Wolves are going to pick out in a Forest, man. They might run out on the Forest.
No, quite. I'm mad, man. With that amount of money spent, I think Forest is going to get it together.
See, actually, I said 2-0. Me, I work with the actually too. Actually, I say my score. The money can't see them. Even though them draw with Aston Villa, but Aston Villa not playing a ball, man.
I think another 0-0 draw.
So Qatar say 0-0. Wait. How much did you say Leicester Crystal Palace?
Me?
2-1 to Leicester?
No, how many say? Crystal Palace? No, man. Crystal Palace going to beat Leicester.
Okay. May I predict that same? So you say 0-0 Leicester. Tottenham versus Everton.
Ah, boy. Oh, God. Everton, I don't see where the goal never come from.
Why? Me I say Tottenham 3-0, you know.
I don't see it, Rasta. You could get a spanking. God believe me. It could be a boy thing. Good. 2-0.
Actually said 3.
But it could get ugly. It could get ugly though.
Actually said 2-1.
I don't see where the goal come from.
For Everton?
I don't see where the Everton come from.
So that's why I said 3-0. Keen on the double.
Yeah, but if I said 2-1.
I don't think that Everton team I can break down. Even though they didn't turn up so lit up on my side last week, still don't know. Jeez, I have space. Yeah, Aston Villa Chelsea.
Oh God.
3-0 to Chelsea. Steven Gerrard in trouble.
Chelsea. Mason Mount. Yeah. 3-0. 3-0. Again, you don't see where the Aston Villa goal coming from. Ali Watkins firing blanks, so, and him not getting the kind of creative service. Philip Coutinho is a flop, an expensive flop.
Spurs 2-0, Chelsea 3-0. Actually, say 3-0. So anything actually say I run the place from now, you know. Actually,
it can't work, so we have to mind. But I mean, I think a devastation for Aston Villa. Chelsea don't like Steven Gerrard in the first place, so I just them will come and heap it on him. It not go pretty. It not go pretty. It not go pretty. The best thing Liam Bailey can do is stay injured. That me I tell him. That me I tell him.
All right. Leeds versus Arsenal. Jesus peace 5-0.
Yeah, bright the Broadstone.
5-0, Mr. People.
Brother? How are you, man?
Travis has said Aston Villa 2-1 over Chelsea. Jesus peace. Gerard Sack 4-0.
But the Prime Minister ban them drugs there. So somebody take their drugs to come. Which part of Aston Villa can score 2 goals? tell me where they can score 2 goals from. That's what I'd ask the comment section. Come on, I ask the comment in the coach. Ask the commenter to tell me who has scored them 2 Aston Villa goals.
Nobody knows Aston Villa score 2.
You said somebody said 2-1.
Oh, a Travis Travis did that drink Qatar. He drink some beer.
Beer. No, that need more than that. Sound like he might take the M thing.
No, man, he headlight, man. He headlight. So he didn't drink beer in a problem.
But a
5-0, me say no. What you say about that?
No, man, you're out of order, coach. You're bright.
Rockford, I say 1-1. No, sir.
Leeds, 2-0. Lost.
2-0, sir. 5, me I say Arsenal are going to run out on them. Remember me tell you.
But I must think myself that easy side for breakdown. And this is the last year, you know. This is the Bielsa.
All right. Manchester United versus Newcastle. Newcastle 3, United 2. Jeez, I'm sorry to me have to say that.
United 2? 2, United 1.
Huh?
Newcastle 2, United 1. The scum of the earth will get what they deserve. 0 points.
Actually, a 3 nearly have, you know. Me see you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. A 3-0 actually having up people. Duckland I said 2-1. Fresh I said 2-1. Actually 2-1. Tell them, man. A 3-2 me I say no.
A 2-1. Let me tell you, Newcastle is the biggest turnaround.
Newcastle are play ball, Virgin. But how we are, them a come. Jeez, me might have to change the prediction then, people.
And the people, when you look at the game, first of all, you know, even though they're cap-tied, I always remember that Callum Wilson, you know, a Jamaican, was eligible to represent us before he took the couple of caps and one and done. One of the original one and done. But injury really curtailed his progress in England. But keep an eye out for Dan Burn at the back. You know, the tallest man in the EPL, who is reportedly eligible to represent Jamaica and reportedly very open to representing Jamaica.
Hey, people in say me I sell out my team, Qatar. I don't sell out my team. I be a span football where I play now. Duckland, I don't sell out my team. Right now, Newcastle has score goal. Hey, me have a second score, you know, but guess what? Me can't have a 2 prediction, right? Me can't have 2 predictions.
How you pronounce it? The Guillermas in the midfield for Newcastle.
I don't remember my name, but Newcastle bad.
The Brazilian. Him around the midfield and Callum Wilson up front. It's just found his goal scoring boots. You know what I mean? So you can't go around it. You can't go around it, coach. You have to just respect it, coach.
Newcastle are play ball, brother. Don't underestimate Newcastle. I would prefer to get that one there. Me have a second score, you know, but me can't put that score out there. You better me get that one there wrong. But me think Newcastle. I even know we yard, you know. Me never sell out, man. After me no work at Coronation Market. Thank you very much, actually. You have to watch the thing in the bridging. You analyze the football. You predict based on sentiments, bridging. But Newcastle, don't stay there. You might see Harry on the field here. Anyways, Southampton versus West Ham. West Ham, they're on a little rise, but me I go 1-1 for that game here. Away from home, West Ham not playing bad, but I think Fresh, me write down everything, man. But as me say, we barely beat teams in Europa League. we are struggle. Who played last week? We struggled to defeat Everton, and Newcastle is a more potent team than Everton, Virgin. You know, look on the thing, man. If me wrong, no, say me not hiding. Me have my thing right, dog, you know. And don't ball to me. Qatar, where you say? West Ham, Southampton, Hampton. Actually,
again with Southampton, I can't see where the goals coming from. 1-0.
1-0 to West Ham?
Yeah.
Okay. The big match of the round. Liverpool versus City. Woohoo. We. Wanna say. Of course, a win is a win fresh. We know the thing, you know. But based on how Castle is playing, that's my prediction. I think I make United give me a headache.
You can't go around Newcastle right now.
Travis is saying 3-1. Actually, he's saying 3-1 to City. You think City young gonna score 3?
I think Holland are gonna score a brace. And somewhere around the park you're going to get maybe Phil Foden.
Hey, a 3-0 may I put. 3-0. Right now, Liverpool defense, they might get more than 3. Or then defense I play. With Haaland, Jesus, please, me sorry for them. How much you say, Cataract? A 3? Me just give them 3.
I think 3 or 4-1.
4-1?
4-1.
Tell me which one you choose.
Yeah. 4-1. 4-1.
4-1. All right. Grealish have done something.
Any sign of getting holding up? You understand?
All right. So tomorrow we come back to stretch out them predictions there. But me realize, you know, say anytime actually make some prediction, you know. Actually prediction always connect, you know. In things they might get to this week. That's why I write down film prediction them. One day if me write it down, them I gonna miss. So United can't get to it.
Score there. Leeds 1, Arsenal 1. We like that score there.
People, remember I said me not so good for the prediction, you know. 10 games or 9 games, me normally they're midway. So some of these predictions might be incorrect. One Dana says 6-1 to City. Yo. I never roll out for the Liverpool. Clap no normally get it better or something there. It's a prophecies you give. No go so well. You're a false prophet. Because sometimes your prophecy they not come true. You're a false prophet. Oh. Everything actually saying it goes so. So me I work with actually in terms of his prediction this week and see what is going to be what. All right, people. So we have come to the end of the show. We're gonna put a wrap on it. Big up to Cataract. Big up to all the persons who came through or passed through. Yeah, we had a good show. Spoke about the JFF. Cataract with his passion. As usual, top quality players. So
I want to see it good.
We're going to forward with them information there and bring back Cataract so you can hear what go on. And let me know so I not joke me at that.
You make sure you have it on me, you understand? But still, we want the best ballers to come. Who,
yeah, man,
at the end of the day, who will fit into the coach's system. So we just need to have the pool. And I think this thing about saying that man figure for them passport, I believe that the JFF have a responsibility to assist the player to get his or her passport. The same way that the player who was born on the island, you don't tell them to go down at the embassy and get a visa for themselves. The JFF assist that. So
All right.
it's the same thing to me.
Finally, Travis
man.
wants to know Don Byrne, how he become eligible?
Grandfather.
Huh?
Grandfather.
Grandfather Travis. Grandfather is the one. All right, so big up on yourself, everybody. Thanks very much for tuning in. Stay safe. Until next time. Peace out. Tomorrow we hear the results of these predictions. Big up.
Your style and your flavor make the city rock. They must say the season come out with a bang. Coach Minzy, best round here. Remember that.